Okay, we're starting now. Hello, everyone at home and everyone here. And I think the priority this afternoon is for Prakesh and Ramesh, as far as Ajahn is concerned here. So we'll start with them, and then anyone else from home or here can join in. So Prakash, any topics you would like to bring up? Last chance until you get home.
Sheila, so far my understanding of 5 or 8 precepts, Sheila. Is there any other concept or meaning for Sheila? Any other?
Sila, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is Sila? This is the question. Like you said, we think of Sila as 5 or 8 precepts, but what is Sila a reality?
What do you mean by Sheila is a reality means?
Because you're talking about Sila, so what is Sila? Is Sila just 5 or 8?
Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to understand a little more on that.
So actually, Sila relates to the nature of citta. We know that cittas can be kusala, akusala, vipaka, or kiriya, not kusala, not akusala, not vipaka. When the cittas are kusala or akusala, it is this aspect, this nature of citta, which is sila. So actually we think of sila as just what is kusala, leading to kusala behavior and deeds. But actually sila can be kusala or akusala, or in the case of arahats, neither kusala or akusala, abhiyakata. So at the moment of kindness, the moment of giving, the moment of understanding, it is sila, it's kusala sila at those moments.
At the moment of understanding.
The moment of understanding, or the moment of generosity, the moment of kindness, moment of paying respect in a wholesome way, moments of wholesomeness. The nature of citta is kusala, it's kusala sila. This is the meaning of sila. At moments of anger, ignorance, attachment, any unwholesomeness, the nature of citta is unwholesome. It's akusala sila. When we talk about 5 precepts or 8 precepts, we're talking about a certain situation, going to a temple or at home and taking a vow not to kill, not to steal, whatever. It's just a moment of intention, a moment of intention not to kill, not to harm, just for a moment. That moment of intention can be kusala sila. It could also be akusala sila. It depends on the nature of the citta at that moment. Half an hour later, maybe one's disturbed by a mosquito, and even if one doesn't hurt it, one may be agitated and swatting right, left and centre. Akusala sila for that moment. Moments of being annoyed or disturbed or angry with friends or even here. Akusala sila, even though nothing is being harmed, no animals are being killed, nothing is being stolen. So it all comes back to the citta at this moment. Kusala sila, akusala sila. At this moment there's no thought of killing, so there's no keeping of any precept, or there's no abstaining from killing, because there's no idea of killing at all. So is the citta now kusala sila or akusala sila?
Kusala Sila.
Kusala sila for a moment, at moments of wise considering. What about when there's doubt and confusion? Kusala sila or akusala sila? So sila is right now, not just when we're at home and take a vow to follow 10 precepts or something, but it's here and now. Let's see if Ajahn would like to add more.
Just briefly before you do, is there also a meaning of sila as a moment of restraint from akusala?
So then we start talking about the virati cetasikas, like there are 3 virati cetasikas that are part of the path when there is the opportunity to kill or the opportunity to speak harshly, but there's abstaining with understanding at that very moment. It's kusala sila at that moment with understanding, but it still relates to the moment. So abstaining from killing isn't just taking a vow, I won't kill for the rest of today or this month or this year or this life. It's when there's the opportunity, there is the abstaining. For the Sotapanna, no abstaining from killing because no thought of killing. It's been eradicated.
As Sarah says, only when there's the opportunity and the inclination to for harsh speech, for example, and then the restraint from that, that's a moment of kusala sila. Yeah.
And Sarah, is this teaching on the 5 precepts, the restraint, a teaching about a level of kusala?
It depends on the chitta at the moment. For example, at the you may at home teach your children not to kill or steal or tell lies and so on. Kusala sila, akusala sila. If it's just repeating words with ignorance, at that moment it's akusala sila. If it's helping the children to see the value of not harming others at all. The others don't want to be harmed. No one wants to hear lies, for example. At that moment of explaining with metta, kusala sila. So it's always back to the citta now.
If it's fear of the child, fear of the parents' displeasure if they do something wrong, then there's not kusala. And abstaining then, for that reason, is not kusala. So it's only kusala if it's kusala. Yeah. And
in the text it talks about, when it talks about abstaining, it talks about like that. If it's just for the sake of society, like following rules, like in school, if you take things that don't belong to you, you're going to get into trouble. So if it's just for the sake of society, maybe some kusala, but very weak. But if
Because
it's
of consequences.
because of consequences, so it's actually for oneself. But the true abstaining is for the understanding the benefit of kusala and the harm, understanding the harm of akusala, for the sake of Dhamma, not for oneself, not for the world, but for the benefit of understanding.
I think sila also can be construed as a form of giving, in the sense that you're giving safety or protection from harm to other people by restraining. So it's also considered, in a sense, a form of giving.
This is one kind of giving. We think of giving material possessions or even giving the Dhamma, but giving others freedom from having to hear the harsh words or receive the akusala. It's a kind of giving. Forgiveness, another kind of giving. Kusala sila. Jan, would you like to add more about sila?
Is there sila now? Is there sila now?
Yes, Sajjan.
What kind?
Kusala, because there is a interest to listen Dhamma.
What moment is kusala? And what moment is akusala, sila?
When there is ignorance, wrong view, that is a akusala shila. When there is no ignorance or wrong view, that is a kusala shila.
So Ignorant is what? Is it you?
No. Yeah.
What is it?
It is not. It is not I. It is not me. It is
What?
also Dhamma.
What is ignorance?
I don't know how to say what is ignorance.
Is there ignorance now?
Yes.
What is it?
Thinking what confusion, what answer I should give to the question now, or I don't know the answer. Means I don't know the answer. I am not able to answer. There is a I, ignorance.
So is there sila now?
No, Sheila. Akusala.
We discussed earlier two meanings of sila.
Ah,
The second one we discussed was the one I brought up of restraint from akusala. But before that, Sarah was talking about the behavior of the citta. Under that general view of sila, there can be kusala sila and akusala sila. We may think akusala sila is a contradiction in terms because we think of sila as necessarily being kusala, but this broader meaning of sila doesn't carry that meaning. It's the conduct or behavior of the citta, so it can be kusala or akusala. So Ajahn's question, when there's ignorance, is that sila, or what kind of sila? The answer is akusala sila.
Akusala Sheila. Yeah.
And when she said to you now, what kind of, is there sila now? Yes, kusala sila. But what about the moments of attachment now, the moments of ignorance now?
Akusala.
Akusala sila too.
Yeah.
But is there only either kusala or akusala now?
Other than Akusala and Kusala is also there.
There, right?
Yeah.
That's also sila.
Yeah. That is also Sheila.
Sila as in seeing, hearing, smelling.
The sila refers,
Vipaka citta.
I think the sila refers to the nature of the kusala or akusala.
That's it?
Kusala, akusala or abhyakata. Abhyakata is the sila of the arahat. So
Abhyakata does not include vipaka. Oh, okay.
This is daily life experiences. It happened. There was a cockroach kitchen. I said, my wife, don't kill it. Yeah, if I don't kill, you are not going to come and clean. I have to manage this. Then she killed the cockroach. At that time, probably she had aversion of that doing it. How do we really understand this situation in Dhamma perspective?
How do we make her see things our way?
And I was not really thinking that way. I was thinking, cockroach has right to live. That was the way I was thinking.
Thinking human rights then, or cockroach rights? I think what you mean is a cockroach wants to live, doesn't want to die like anyone else, right? Like any creature. And so, but you can explain that to your wife, but whether she appreciates the explanation or not, it may take some time.
Yeah.
you help every time there's a cockroach because it's a problem for her. So if you help rescue and take the cockroach outside, then she doesn't need to be disturbed by it. So you can help by taking care of it for her.
Yeah.
So even for people who have aversion to cockroaches, they may not think there's any other way of dealing with the situation. So,
Other than,
yeah, so if she is shown there are other ways of dealing with it, then maybe that will condition a modification of her behavior.
And she may appreciate your example and of kindness and taking care of the cockroach, so she can learn from that.
Other way around, if she kills, without aversion, I don't know. That really can happen.
Possible.
Will that? Yeah, I was about to come. That is it possible that way? Because just want to keep the things in order kitchen. So as a woman in charge of so and so our responsibility of keeping kitchen, I'm just doing it as my responsibility that way.
Maybe she says, sorry, cockroach.
Whenever there's killing, always aversion.
Yes.
The cheetah's
Yeah,
always
yeah,
with
yeah,
aversion.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Without aversion, it
But
won't.
it all comes back to the understanding. Like when I knew Ajahn sister a long time ago, at that time she used to swat the flies and hurt the insects. But then when understanding began to develop, when more and more interest, then no more.
Yeah.
So it's no good just telling someone don't kill. There has to be the understanding. It's the understanding that leads to more and more kusala sila of all kinds.
So it's not like you express your understanding to her that she'll change. So don't at least put a seed there, right?
What about the cheetah when your wife is angry and kills the cockroach? It comes back to one's own cheetah.
Yes. Yeah.
That's her way. What
Yes.
about the
Yeah.
kindness and understanding at that moment? Or is there aversion about her aversion?
Yeah. Aversion.
So, akusala sila,
Yeah.
always back to one's own cheetah,
Yes.
not the others.
Yes.
We would like the other to be another way, but what about one's own
Yeah.
cheetah at that
Yes.
very moment,
Yes.
or this moment?
Yes.
That's the only answer to understand that moment. Not what other people are doing, whether they're doing acting correctly or not correctly. It's your own chitta.
Yeah.
Sukin's wife has different understandings of
Yes.
life. That's her way.
Yeah.
What about the kindness and understanding that this is
Way.
her way, instead of just trying to
Yeah,
make her
fix.
think the same
Yeah,
way as we
Agree.
do with attachment? So, kusala sila, akusala sila now.
Yesterday, my son called me. I'll not go for the tuition today. My tuition. For apart from his schooling, I have to study further to get more understanding. He's in a board exam. I have joined him for a tuition. He rejected to go there. So then rejected.
About tuition. Is this school,
He is not.
or studies?
After school hours for further studies and encourage more studies.
Coaching.
Coaching, additional coaching. He has put his son to an additional coaching for more studies other than school hours. So he is unwilling to go and get the additional coaching.
So I scolded him. Why you are not going? So lot of times we discussed in the family that okay, if he is not interested in studies, okay, let him be practically whatever the thing he'll do. We need to leave him like that. Me and myself and my brother and my parents have decided, but I scolded him with a good intention, and my intention is not to scold him, but to make him more disciplined, to get to make him to attend the tuition, just to get him a fear that he should go like that. I scolded him, not with any arrogancy, or I don't have any hatredness. Is that kushala or akushala? How?
Only panya, right understanding, can know at that moment. Like now, if I say, hold the microphone higher so we can hear more easily, kusala sila or akusala sila, it depends on the chitta at that moment. So it's not the words that are uttered, but the chitta. For example, a parent may scold a child with metta, with kindness. Like if a child's about to burn their fingers on the stove. Look out, don't touch it, can be with metta. So it just depends on the citta here and now. In the text, they give many examples of words that sound like a murderer may say, oh, just sleep gently and then stab it. So soft sounding words, but very strong akusala sila, whereas someone else may, tell the child to come quickly to get ready for school with kusala chittas. It depends on the intention, the chetana here and now, the nature of the citta, whether it's kusala or akusala. The other cannot tell you at this moment. That's why Ajahn said, kusala sila now, akusala sila. She doesn't know, I don't know, only Panya can know at this very moment.
Do we know whether the present moment citta is kusala or akusala? Do we know?
No.
No. So the same for other moments too. We don't know. And no one can tell us. No one can say because it's Dhamma discussion it must be kusala, or because it's scolding your child it must be akusala. It all depends.
Sometimes we may scold with aversion and justified, I'm just saying it for the child's own good, or I'm just saying because otherwise he won't listen. That's just justifying akusala. So it has to be truthful. When it's understanding, it's truthful to the nature. Usually we take a lot of what is akusala sila for being kusala, like when making an offering or giving a gift. We think it's all kusala sila, but what about the attachment to the gift, the attachment to the response or the expectation and so on? So there has to be truthfulness.
And in terms of the development of understanding, insight, what do we call it here? What have we been calling at the moment? Satipatthana or whatever. Of course, does it matter whether the kusala is, whether the citta is kusala or akusala?
I didn't get the...
In terms of the development of the understanding taught by the Buddha, of insight into the true nature of present moment realities, is it important to know whether the citta is kusala or akusala? Or does it matter whether the citta is kusala or akusala?
Yes, it's matter.
Because?
Because we need to understand, to practice Dhamma.
So the understanding, of course, is kusala. But what is being understood is you asked if in that situation would the citta be kusala or akusala. If that was happening now and there was understanding of some moment, some reality of the present moment, would it matter whether your scolding citta was kusala or akusala?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Because
Yeah.
why not?
It is an understanding, just developing the understanding whether it is kusala or akusala.
And whatever has arisen is conditioned anyway.
Yeah.
It cannot be changed.
Yes.
If it's scolding with aversion, it's conditioned like that, but there can be understanding even then. Or if it's scolding with kindness, that can be understood. They're all dhammas, none of them mine, none of them my sons, just different dhammas.
I mean, what's more important to understand, that it's kusala versus akusala, or that is just a reality?
Just a reality.
And that's what all these discussions come back to, just about understanding dhammas that are conditioned, dhammas that are anatta, no matter whether at home scolding your son or here or on the plane, just different nama dhammas and rupa dhammas, just different cetasikas and rupas. Not a matter of trying to catch it and work it out, but just becoming a little more familiar with what life is now. Like we might say, oh, last week when I scolded my son, what kind of cheetah was it? It's gone, no way of knowing. But what about now? This one can be understood a little more.
In truth, or in practical, in reality, can there be scolding without samakusala? Without some akusala. For example, are you disappointed that your son doesn't want to go to the extra tuition? We wish he would. We think it'd be good for him if he did. So there's some disappointment, and that is going to be one of the things that conditions the scolding. So in practical terms, there can't be scolding without samakusala.
Yes.
Thank you.
There will be samakusala.
And also, while we are wondering and concerned about aversion, whether we speak with aversion, the truth is that that's the far enemy of kindness. The near enemy is attachment. So, what about attachment? That's also a kusala.
Samakusala.
It is a kusala.
Why do we mind about one son? Because he's my son. If it's Sukin's son who doesn't want to study,
Doesn't care.
he doesn't bother you in the slightest. But when it's my one who I'm so attached to, I mind a lot, and I'm disappointed when he doesn't listen.
Yes, yes.
It all comes from attachment. And I know Pong next to me Pang has a topic he'd like to bring up.
Thank you, Ajahn Zara, for allowing me this opportunity. And all of us together, no matter what we are in this room or in the online class, we initially appreciate that Dhamma is the most precious things that we know in this life. Some of us spare our time. We prioritized our time from working, or spare time from working, doing something else to understand the Dhamma. Dhamma is like understand the moment of right now. But in my view, as Ajahn Sara mentioned me yesterday, like there's not no me, just Shanta. Everyone has Shanta to bring us here, to listen Dhamma, to study Dhamma. But when the karma affect us, the last karma as before we die, as Ajahn Sujin has always mentioned, friendship, wealth, success in this life cannot be attached us into the next life. But understanding Dhamma can be attached with us to be like their accumulate akusala or kusala to the next life. So how can how can understanding of this understanding can be leads to the next life? Because if we know this point firmly, we can make sure and we can see more importance of study Dhamma than actually we have to you have to do the business, we have to do the work, but more understanding of the Dhamma is nothing is better than understand Dhamma right now. But I'm a little bit unsure. How can I say doubt that how can understanding Dhamma can, for example, if I don't know the next life, we don't know the next life, but how can this understanding follow in the next life, and it can be accumulate to understanding, and we have another opportunity to learn Dhamma in this life, but we don't know exactly the form of life of in our next life. Could you be more clarified about this? Because understanding will be the increased degree of more intention, not us, is the chanta, or intention to study more, understanding more Dhamma. Yes, I think that's it.
And do we all have different likes and dislikes and other proclivities in this life?
Again, please.
Do we all have different likes and dislikes and other proclivities or tendencies
Yes,
in this life? Yeah.
everyone has different.
Right. And that is from what? Is that something that just happens in this life, or is that something that has been accumulated, the likes and dislikes,
Yes, something
in
that
previous life?
has been accumulated to be right now.
And do some people have special skills
Yes,
in this life? And is
indeed.
that also something that's been practiced or accumulated previously? Yeah. So why would Panya be any different from that?
Again, please.
Why would Panya that's been developed previously be any different from these other tendencies that we agree must have been accumulated in previous lifetimes?
Because we have accumulated from different state, different condition. That's
Right,
why we
so
have a different Panya.
But so if Panya has been accumulated, the same thing. Well, why should it be different? Two likes and dislikes, and some people are by nature kind and generous. That is an accumulation from previous lifetime.
Yes.
Yes. So, likewise for Panya, just the same, an accumulated tendency.
But we are we're talking. Yes, this life definitely, Panya is the best. But what about if we Sanya Cetasik?
If it's true for this
Sanya
life.
Cetasik is we remember everything, and when we die, all is gone. And if we reborn in next life, we have to relearn, reskill this again.
Not exactly like that at all.
What does the study of Dhamma mean? Does it mean remembering terms and labels, or what is the study of Dhamma?
To understand.
Understand. Is there ignorance now?
Yes, a lot.
Was there ignorance when we were children, when we were young?
We don't know anything.
No, right. So lots of ignorance. So from the very start of this life, there was ignorance. Without ignorance, there would have been no birth. So ignorance has been accumulated for countless lifetimes. That's why there's ignorance now. When hearing the Dhamma, for some there's interest straight away, for some no interest in the slightest. Why is there interest for some and not for others? It depends on the habit, the accumulation of interest. And so just as the ignorance and the attachment, every time we enjoy the food, more attachment, just as they accumulate, so does the understanding. It's not like, oh, if I know understanding will definitely accumulate, I can do something about it. Nothing I can do. If there's interest and appreciating in understanding will accumulate. If there's the idea, oh well, there's no point because it'll be lost at the end of this lifetime, that means it's not any understanding at all. So just like attachment and ignorance accumulate and continue lifetime after lifetime, without ignorance and attachment, no life at all. So just as they are accumulated, so kindness is accumulated, understanding is accumulated. This doesn't mean that the Pali terms or the Thai words or the text details will be remembered, but the understanding of seeing now, the true understanding is being accumulated. It doesn't depend on the words. It's not book study.
It's not like the vocabulary, no matter.
No,
It's like
that will all be forgotten. The Thai language, the English language, the Pali language, all of no importance. They will all be forgotten. It's the understanding itself of Dhammas, no matter what word or name we call them.
Are you explaining that like it's like our habits, our kindness in this life, and our this understanding maybe doesn't reflect in the form of comprehension of the vocabulary,
Right.
but it will be
It's
be
the
accumulate. Yes.
reality itself. That's why it's not like, oh, if understanding's important, I'm going to study more and read more. That's not study of Dhamma. Study of Dhamma is the understanding right now of what appears. Understanding of seeing right now. Hardness that is touched right now. Whatever word, whatever language is used.
And if I could just add briefly that although the understanding is accumulated and carried forward, it needs the hearing of the Dhamma in the lifetime in order to be conditioned to arise again. So like in this lifetime, until we heard the Dhamma, we didn't have any understanding about Dhamma. But when we began to hear, when we came across the teaching in this lifetime, then the understanding that had been accumulated before has a chance to manifest. And in a way, it's the same for anything. Like we were talking about languages. Languages learnt in this lifetime are forgotten, perhaps until we are exposed. There is exposure to the language again in the next lifetime, and that can be a condition for skills previously accumulated to become apparent, to manifest. So if we are clever at language in this lifetime, we may be clever at language in the next lifetime.
Yes,
and
it's
so on.
maybe more clarification. Some people is very good in math. Some people is very good in English.
And some in music.
Yes.
And some in all sorts of skills. Yeah.
This is come from the accumulate, right?
It has to
Accumulation.
come from the past somehow.
Okay.
It can't just suddenly occur out of nothing.
Like sometimes on Facebook I see a video of little quintuplets, 5 little children who are identical, all have different natures from the word go, identical.
Okay.
So it's like that. Different habits, different accumulations from different interests. One will just sit quietly doing nothing and one will be crawling around. And so it's just different habits, different interests from the start.
Like the preference, right? The preference.
Yes. The tastes that one likes, the sounds one likes to hear, the colours one likes to see.
Okay.
So understanding accumulates. So that's why it has to accumulate to be firmer and firmer and firmer. So it's not lost. The names, the labels, all lost, but the understanding itself accumulates just like attachment does.
And you can also think about when a baby is born, the first sound he makes is a cry. I mean, where did that aversion come from?
The doctor hit the baby.
Yeah, but where did the aversion come from?
The tendency
Because
to...
if the baby doesn't cry, they die.
Crying was from aversion, right?
The breathe.
The crying is from aversion, right? The crying can
The crying what?
can only be from anger, from aversion.
No, baby can
where-
also laugh if doctor hit. then there was a latest tendency, maybe more aversion, it cries maybe. Otherwise it would have laughed. There is another emotion it would have expressed.
And just to add one further point, that every memory,
No, it was only one here and four over there.
every memory is also not lost, because those who develop certain skills can recall back earlier in this life and then into previous lives. It's in the text, but we don't have to. We're not concerned about that because there's no intrinsic value in having a super memory, but just to make the point that nothing that is accumulated is actually lost.
Just very briefly, so we learn certain dhammas are conditioned by past karma, their result, like seeing and hearing, and certain dhammas like the kindness, the understanding, the anger are accumulated, so they're conditioned in another way. So the habit is accumulated, different from those dhammas which are result conditioned by karma.
Recently, I was watching in BBC News something. In India, there is a person, a friend, has got a jewelry shop, and his own friend has murdered him by shooting in a gun something. That BBC News has carried, and it has got a footage also. And after certain years later or something, a child was born in Haryana, in one of the state of India, and he was telling that my previous life was different, and my shop, Suresh jewelry shop, is in Haryana or something. So that I have a wife. My wife name is so and so, as he has mentioned clearly to at the age of 6 or 7, and then they got misled. And then their own brothers, at the age of again 10th year, they rejected him. But after, since he was saying so likewise, and then they started investigated to go to that place, and there they find a jewelry shop, and then they met his wife, and her name also the same thing, and the story, one of the US some psychologist or something, they sent his student to inquire all these things, and then he narrated the story that when I came from the jewelry shop, he shot his something in his gun. The postmortem report is also available on the BBC News that yes, he shot from his gun. The scar, again they shaved his head. At the child forehead, there is a scar. This news has been carried by the BBC News. So, is there any rebirth happens like that? In the next past life, it will be that kind of a. Since is a BBC News carried this footage, is there any truth in that? So,
Well, well, it's good having you here for the stories. It gives a bit of relief to the.
since it has got it from the BBC News something.
BBC
We have to
News,
consider
it must be
the
right.
dhammas.
Must be true.
We have to learn what the dhammas are now, yes. Otherwise it's just a story, yes.
By
Yes.
conditions.
Yes,
Yeah, by conditions.
just Jita, Cetasika, Rupa, each one arising by conditions. We all love the stories, but what about now? What about the Dhamma at this moment?
ท่านอาจารย์ has been silent for a while. อาจารย์ could you please share
Yeah.
just
Because I think with it, now we are studying Dhamma. Are we studying Dhamma now?
Yes,
What Dhamma?
seeing.
Not the sorry.
Isn't the Dhamma?
Yeah. When we ask about Dhamma, and then the answer is Dhamma. What is Dhamma? Is it seeing? But it's not known at all. Is that enough to study Dhamma? Just the name, the word?
No.
So when you say seeing, what do you mean? What
Rupa,
is?
Rupa.
See, all mixed up again, right?
Yes.
Because no firm confidence of seeing that it's there now unknown. We just talk about it again and again and again to begin to understand that it's so very subtle. Why it's so subtle? Because it's not known. No matter how much or how many times we talk about it. So now we are study Dhamma. It's
Yes.
there. It's there. Chetana now.
Yes.
What is it?
Chetana coordinates Chetasika.
Now, right now, is it known? Or just remember?
Just remember.
Can it be known? So no realization of Dhamma if it cannot be known. That's why what is there now is not yet realized. Just learn to have confidence of the truth that now it's so real, but no one there at all. So, is there Chetana now?
Mm.
Is there any moment in life when there isn't Chaitanya?
No.
So is it there now?
Yes.
Sure? It's there
I'm
now. It's there now. At each moment.
Right, begin again and begin again to think and consider the truth very carefully, not just follow the word. What kind of reality is Chetana? How many kinds of reality?
Many kinds of realities. Sir.
The main one, even there is citta right now, no understanding, no thought about it. That's why we talk about citta again and again and again. Otherwise, there cannot be any moment of understanding the truth of it, while it arises from moment to moment, from birth to death. It's there unknown. So what's that? What does it mean? What does it mean? Studying Dhamma. There is Dhamma right now, and learn to understand how deep and subtle it is, and what that which is seen, is it subtle?
Yes.
How? How subtle it is, what is seen now. So subtle that it arises and falls away so rapidly, what appears is just the sign or the mark as people and things all around. So this moment of seeing is very subtle, and the object of seeing is also very subtle, because it cannot be other thing else except that which is seen, just very tiny in a moment. It cannot be taken for anything. That which has risen and falls away instantly and never to arise again. So learn little by little to have confidence of the impermanency of that which is now arising and falling away. And what about Chetana? What is it?
It's a
Why do we learn about Chetana? Why we talk about it yesterday? To forget? What?
only theory part I know. Chetana coordinates Chetasikas. But
isn't thinking. Even just one reality is not easy to understand. Do you have any will to come here, or to go there, or to look, or to eat or drink?
Intention.
See, to change the word. See, because what appear can be known, not just follow the word. That's why it's that Chetana now.
Yes, it is there.
What about next moment? Will
It
there
will-
be Chetana?
It will be there.
Why? Learning about Dhamma now.
But when there's the intention to kill the cockroach, is there Chaitanya then?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, at each moment in life, seeing moment, at aversion now, a moment of intending to kill the cockroach, every moment.
Yes.
And Chaitanya, we said, is actually karma. So when there's the intention to kill the cockroach and the killing takes place, it is the intention which is karma that can bring result later. But the intention now, moments of seeing or hearing, or afterwards with a little attachment, a little aversion, there is intention. And it coordinates the citta and cetasikas, but that intention is not strong enough to bring results. So at each moment. Which is more interesting, learning more about what life really is at this moment, or finding out whether the story about the child reported in the BBC is true or not?
Life at present moment is more
More.
important.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Ajahn, as from Kunsara conclusion, that's the word. Can I say the word? The Rupa Nama, can I say it's just the transmitting device to understand the reality?
Yes.
That's it. The
Without
word,
the word, it's impossible to understand the truth.
yes, the word is
The
just the
means
pathway.
for communication, that's all.
Okay.
So that's all, just the
So
making it possible to have the discussion.
because-
no importance
Just
at
a
all.
label.
because sometime when I saw something like some people let me angry, I cannot understand the word, but I think hey, I can relieve the anger but I don't know that gusala or agusala chitta or cetasika. Sometimes I don't understand, but I can briefly understand. Hey, that is just the color. That is just the color, and this act that he let me feel anger is come from my karma. I have okay, and I just try to not react them aggressively, because if I react them, I will be receive the bad karma in the next time. But sometimes I don't understand the word. Right.
Yeah, but just a couple of points. The anger is nothing to do with your past karma, but your accumulated tendencies.
Two factor, right?
Uh,
Accumulated.
They are different, quite different. Past karma is the intention that accompanies good and bad deeds. Different from the liking and disliking that's been accumulated. And thinking that one should have less anger, for example,
Yes.
is nothing to do with the development of the understanding of what is appearing at the present moment.
Yeah.
They are different kinds of consideration.
Yes, because sometimes I'm very sensitive to be angry easily, but
Yes, everyone
the
has that
level
problem.
of anger has been minimally decreased. But if I understand more about Dhamma, and I can be better, but not me, but Panya make me to be better. Right.
For the sake of understanding, though, not because it will be less anger as a result.
To make me a better person.
Okay, not to back.
So study that Dhamma for you or for I? Is that right?
No,
Really?
not for me, not for I, just for understanding.
Okay.
For my next life.
Yeah, because I'm concerned about this point very much.
That's for me. That's not for understanding Dhamma.
Talking earlier about business and
Well, success.
that sounds like business to me.
Yeah.
Things to consider. What is the essence of the Buddha's teaching? Why did he teach it? Did he teach it so that we would have less unwholesomeness in our life? Or is there a deeper truth and meaning behind his teaching?
If there is giving in order to have a happy next life, kusala sila or akusala, there may be a little bit of kusala sila, but very little, because actually it's for me and for my result and my happy new life. It's not really for the sake of the other, for the benefit of the others, it's for me. So we can see how we can't tell by the situation or the appearance, kusala sila, akusala sila.
But we appreciate your interest in coming to discuss the Dhamma more and have a better understanding of
Yes,
the Buddha's
because
teaching.
3 days I have changed my schedule, just cancel or postpone the other to arrive here because a good chance, but I think it's precious. But again, as Sarah said, not for me to expect the better life in the next life or in the future. Understanding right now, not me. Just the
Understanding.
Understanding. Yes, that's it.
Because
That's
of the benefit of understanding. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
And right now means any situation, even while doing business.
Dhamma study doesn't mean opening a book for 1 hour or coming to the Mula Niti for 2 hours. It means understanding here and now, on the plane, anytime.
And moment of deep sleep is that Chetana?
It is there.
Chetana
It is there.
is that Chetana. Why? It does not conform with the answer, yes.
Given the right answer, but why? Why yes?
While
That's
sleeping,
not studying Dhamma. That's not studying Dhamma.
while sleeping, chitta is there. So when chitta is there, chetana is always there.
Firm confidence, sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Never change.
No.
Okay. Satya Barami, begin. Does a cat have Chetana?
Yes.
Really?
A cat has chitta. Is a
Right.
About a cockroach.
Yesterday I asked Prakash, does a tree has chitta and chetasika? So cockroach has tree. I didn't give the answer. Cockroach has
Chetana.
Chetana.
Yes. Chetana.
Yes.
Yes.
Does trees and plants have chetana?
Ask you. What do you
I
think?
don't know. I asked him.
Is a tree a living being? Does it have chitta?
Are they conditioned by kamma?
I don't know.
Chitta? Any seeing or hearing or thinking?
No.
No. No chitta. So any chetana?
No.
No. Only rupas.
Yes.
It's no different from.
Yes. Now I understand.
Ask if at home, Kevin or anyone, would you like to bring up any question? Anyone from home? Okay, you have to carry on then. Oh, Kevin is here now. Would you like to bring up any question, Kevin?
Yes, but I would like others to have the opportunity. So I just, if no one asks anything, then I'll ask.
And then we just give them a little break and then they can continue. We'd like to hear your topic too, Kevin.
Thanks. So I would like to bring up an idea, the topic about someone trying to stop something or to do something. So let's say an evil deed, verbal or bodily, is performed, and that will lead to some results that accumulate some akusala karma and might produce undesirable results in the future. So if we do not stop that action, if conditions do not allow that action to be stopped, then a grave karma could happen. But by partial understanding, one say that I would like to stop that action without profound understanding, which is a mundane understanding that I should stop this evil deed, and then that action is stopped. So the karma in the future is not as bad. So with weak understanding, one can still perform a kusala action. So if we say that no, the idea of I is wrong, I should not make any will, I should just wait until this action revolve desirably or undesirably, and that could lead to catastrophe. So I still believe that the mundane partial understanding still useful in practicing the Dhamma, or if we don't like practicing, we could say in keeping sila, in making effort to avoid evil deeds. So everything I still believe that is a part of the Noble Eightfold Path, without full understanding, deep understanding.
What about the effort to have more understanding?
It could be very weak. At that time, that person only focus on stopping the evil action. So the end result is the action is stopped, but understanding doesn't really develop much.
So I'm contrasting your postulated situation with another one, because everyone has their own scruples, if you like, or moral compass, regardless of whether they've heard the teaching or not. And of course no one is saying don't do anything, don't think about stopping performing an unwholesome deed or whatever. That's not what we've been discussing. So I think the question is this: what is the path? taught by the Buddha and what is not the path. In terms of the path, we have to agree, I think, that abstention from an unwholesome deed is not the path, because people are abstaining from unwholesome deeds all the time, right? And developing mundane kusala is also not the path, because people who have never heard the Buddha's teaching can develop all kinds of mundane kusala, even to the highest jhana. So what is the essence of the Buddha's path? And this is the context in which we need to appreciate the teaching on right effort, for example, intention, manasikara, chanda, and particularly the 8 path factors that are mentioned in the Eightfold Path. So we know the path factors are led by understanding, right view. And when there is right view, the other path factors are present without having to be separately developed. And that's why we discuss, first and foremost, what is to be the object of right understanding, right view, and what are the conditions for its arising. And it's in this context that we say that it can't be made to arise by the application of intentional effort, which is another term for practice. That's all.
And it's the idea of intentional effort, making an effort, practice to do. Partial understanding you mention. It's not the Eightfold Path. We think it's the Eightfold Path, but the virya of the Eightfold Path is not making an effort. It is the kusala effort, the kusala virya that arises naturally with right understanding. So the trying not to kill or not to harm is not the right path. It is the right understanding, and the wholesome factors develop with it. So as soon as it's the idea of I would like to do this, or I can stop it, or I can make it different, it's not the understanding that leads to the eradication of defilements. Like Prakash mentioned, his wife killing the cockroaches. Without understanding, there's going to be killing and harming. But when understanding develops, no need to think I won't kill them, no thought of killing or harming. It just becomes the natural way of life. The right effort develops with understanding. I'd like to just see if Ajahn would like to add anything to what you're saying.
Same question. Would you like to study Dhamma?
In the absolute sense, that it's not me who would like to study the Dhamma.
Okay. So what is it at that moment? Does not like or like? What is it?
Rupa Chitta Cetasika at
One
work.
reality at a time, please. What are there? Many realities, but we just talk about one by one to have more understanding of Dhamma. Otherwise, there's no other way at all to understand Dhamma if there's no understanding of this very moment. So, forgot about the story. Is there anything right now? What Dhamma is there now? How many Dhammas we have heard and begin to learn to know that it's there now, from moment to moment. Different Dhammas, not just one. Each one is different by conditions. What has arisen falls away instantly now, never to arise again. This is the only way to lead to understanding a little more about the nature of a Dhamma. In order to let go, the moment of I see, I would like to solve the problem, But what is there? What is problem? Is there problem now?
No, just
No problem.
visual objects, sound objects.
You mean that it's all solved? No doubt about it? No?
No, no doubt.
No doubt about seeing?
No.
Really?
No.
Not seeing as that which experiences visible object, as opposed to seeing people and things.
Yeah, because of, if in that sense, because of ignorance and doubt that we do not see the visible object as object, we just see them as people and
Right.
problems.
And if we don't see the visible object, we aren't seeing either. Right?
This is the problem, the ignorance now, the doubt now, the clinging now, the wrong understanding when there's the idea that I can make an effort. This is the problems in life are here and now. The moments of akusala now, akusala sila now, not understanding now. We think of the problems being outside, what's happening in Ukraine, how our children are behaving, the money in the bank and so on. But the real problems are now, here and now. The ignorance now, the wrong understanding now.
So what we take, what we take for the seeing that is experiencing the visible is actually thinking about what has been seen, because what appears to be the object of the seeing is people and things, rather than just visible object. Now, there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever, but taking that for seeing is mistaking the reality, one reality for another. And the actual seeing, like the rupa, that is the object of the seeing consciousness, remains unknown, yet it is among the conditioned realities that the Buddha said are to be understood if there is to be the development of the path.
So if you say that the mundane action that we were discussing earlier is not the path, and there is never the path until the point of enlightenment. But the Buddha also taught about the mundane,
Yes,
and
the mundane
versus supramundane.
The mundane path has to begin to develop now, and the leader of the mundane path is right understanding. So it has to be the right understanding of what is true now, of life now, understanding of seeing now, what is seen now, hearing, understanding of dhammas as anatta, not the idea of I will make an effort or I can keep good sila. That is not the understanding of the path. So when I said it's not the path, it's because when it's the wrong understanding of I doing something, that's not right understanding. So the path has to be now, has to begin now, but with understanding of dhammas, understanding the harm of acting badly or abusing, not just I trying to stop it, because that's not understanding.
Moments of insight is the mundane path. Moments of insight, when fully developed, condition the moment of enlightenment, but it's a long, long path of the mundane development, because the moment of enlightenment is preceded by the various vipassana jnanas, all from the development of understanding of the true nature of any conditioned reality that's appearing.
What we're discussing now about dhammas, for the sake of giving up the idea of I, is the beginning of the right path, letting go of the idea that I can control or I must do something. Without this understanding, it cannot be the right path of Dhammas as anatta.
When we say with and without, we seem to be saying that absolutely none or full understanding. But in reality, they are all mixed. Let's say we have 2 moments of right understanding and 20 moments of wrong understanding. They happen too quickly together.
Exactly.
And there is an action of stopping the evil deed. And we don't know is the product of the right understanding or the wrong understanding, because all tangled together.
It doesn't matter. We do the best we can, but the fact is that when you say moments of right understanding followed by moments of wrong understanding, there's another kind of moment too, and that is a moment without either right understanding or wrong understanding. So we don't have to assume that when there's no right understanding, there's wrong understanding. There can be moments that are just with neither. So the situation is not as dire as you you are suggesting.
It's exactly how the discussion started today. Kusala sila, akusala sila. We can't tell by the behavior or the action. But yes, like you say, moments of right understanding, moments of kusala sila, and then countless moments of akusala sila, even during a Dhamma discussion, any time. That's how it is. So the purpose of discussing and considering is just to learn a little more about the truth, so we don't kid ourselves that it's all kusala sila because we're having a discussion and we're not killing anything, because that's not right understanding.
But Kevin, those few moments of right understanding are extremely precious. There's so much of such a higher level of kusala than any mundane kusala, including jhana. As the Buddha mentioned in one sutta, that a life, I'm paraphrasing, but a lifetime of jhana development is not worth a finger snap of insight into conditioned realities. And if one appreciates the importance, the significance of the moments of insight above all else, then that's the kind of perspective that is needed. Otherwise, one will be overwhelmed by how much akusala there is in one's life. But, it doesn't have to be like that, because the Buddha didn't say that stop having so much akusala in your life. He said these are what is to be understood.
What do you mean by mundane?
Mundane in the sense of not understanding the true nature of the Dhamma.
Akusala only? Or what? Mundane?
Well, it's a mix. As I said, sometimes right understanding, sometimes wrong understanding, and in the end there is an action of non-violence, for example.
What is opposite of mundane?
Super mundane.
He said supramundane. Pali term lokuttara, right? As opposed to lokiya.
Lokiya is mundane.
And lokuttara, supramundane.
No matter what, it's the way it is, the world is. The way the world is. Is that right? Mundane? Lokiya.
I'm not sure.
What arises, falls away, is that mundane?
No,
Opposite
is
of
the nature
lokuttara.
of the Dhamma. Without the Arahant's wisdom.
That is just idea, but we are learning about the truth, the absolute truth, the reality, not the word, people and things, arahata and so on, but what are real is citta, cittasika and rupa. Are all these mundane?
Yes, they are mundane when they happen, but we don't understand them. But they become super mundane when we have an arahant's wisdom.
What does it mean?
It
Arahant,
means that he fully understands every moment.
Lokutra,
Yeah,
Dhamma, Superman Brain.
yeah.
Without that understanding of the realities beginning at a weak level, can it develop to the stage of enlightenment? It has to begin now. So insight, moment of insight, with conditioned reality as object, is a mundane citta, but it's also mundane path, unlike any other moment of kusala.
Ramesh, any last question or topic?
No questions.
Another story then.
Only I can say my gratitude to you all for yeah. Only I can say express my gratitude for hearing real Dhamma. See, from past 3-4 years, I have been into something reading or going to some other places. I am trying to understand the conceptual level or something else. But after hearing here for 5-6 days, all my I was feeling that I know at least 0.1% of Dhamma, but now my entire understanding of previous whatever I read or earned, so I need to start from zero. That is what the feeling I am getting into. So thank you for giving this opportunity, and Prakash, he made me to come here. So these are final.
Understanding how little is known is the beginning.
Yes.
If one thinks one knows quite a lot,
Yes.
not much chance. So
Yes.
it is the beginning of understanding how very little is known. So that's understanding.
Yes. See, sometimes for wrong understanding, so much of guilt and so much of pain I was expressing to Prakash, because my next to farmhouse there was a butcher shop. There they are the people. They'll have some goats and all, sheep and all. They'll park in some shed. At the morning, 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, they'll try to take them to their 1 kilometer away from the farmhouse. They'll morning for 4:30. It was sound was coming to my ear sense, but I knew that okay, these are the people are carrying so much of pain and some kind of a whole day or some kind of a guilt I am not doing. So that kind of a wrong understanding of things made me to suffer a lot of why can't I do something for them, why can't I make them to shift their shed to some other place, why can't I can give to complaint, or some kind of wrong understanding made me to suffer a lot. But here including some vegetarian and non-vegetarian also, whenever I get into that kind of environment, it was a lot of confusion whole day. It was like for me it is a guilt whole day or a whole month or some kind of the things.
We can see the problems are here and now. The problems are not what the others are doing or they're
Yes.
killing or
Yes.
vegetarian or vegetarian, non-vegetarian, but the thinking now, the
Yes.
guilt now, the
With wrong
clinging now,
understanding.
the anguish now, the wrong
Yeah,
understanding.
wrong
It
understanding.
all
How-
comes back to now.
yes, wrong understanding. What are the problems creates to myself? Now I am.
Akusala sila.
Yes, yes.
Even though no killing,
Yes.
what about the akusala sila that's being accumulated?
Yes, yes.
Anyway, that was a nice story, and we no, seriously, appreciate your interest in the Dhamma and your ability to have benefited from the discussions here.
The patience to
patience,
listen and
being in the hot
consider is because it takes a lot of patience to develop understanding. Yes.
Hello. I would like to pay respect to Kunsara and Kun Jonathan and everyone here for sharing this. I think this maybe 5-6 days will be like another precious moment in Samsara Vatta. Yes, and without the navigation of Ajahn Sujin, we can never ever be here. And the more value thing without the Ajahn Sujin as the navigator that bring the Buddha genuine thought, we will be in the very blind world. Absolutely, the journey will be so long and ultimate, indefinite, but actually that is the way. Yeah, something overwhelm gratitude and to Ajahn and everyone here. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Ajahn. Thank you very much. Ajahn is like the head prefect or even the headmaster, I think we should call her.
All Adamas, all no matter.
And thank you to all those at home who have been listening and following and asking questions and contributing. We'll see you all. We'll all be back on the screen at the weekend.
We all benefit from the Dhamma discussion and sharing the experience of learning more about the Buddha's teaching is just amazing.
The discussion.